Hey parents, Kate Tasman here. I am the next series of videos I do. I want to really talk about how we learn information, like how our brain learns it. And I want to start. It's kind of a weird video probably, but I want to start by sort of explaining what happens inside our brain when we learn something new, because I think that'll help you be able to envision it more when your child's actually learning something new. So in our brain, and this is really rudimentary, I'm not a psychologist or a scientist or anything, so this is very basic. So you've got these neurons in your brain, right? And every time you learn something new, you start to make connections. These are dendrites that come off of the main body of the cell, and they start to make these little connections. So let's pretend your child's learning how to ride a bike, right? So the first time they get on the bike, maybe you take the pedals off and they do that Fred Flintstone thing where they walk, they use their feet on the ground, and they start to get that feeling of balancing on the bike. So it's very basic. It's not a really strong learning thing yet. They haven't mastered it yet. Let's put it that way. They're still learning, right? So then they go out again and they practice it again. And they get a little better. And then soon enough, oh my gosh, they're getting so good, you can take the pedals, put the pedals back on. And then they have the pedals, and then they can actually start to pedal. And then they might need you to hold it a little bit for the handlebar until they can figure out how to do it. But then, oh my gosh, then they start to figure out the brakes. And then the next thing you know, a few weeks after doing it every single day, they have mastered the art of riding a bike. And this pathway has gone from just a mere fraction to a really, really solid line there. See how that works? And so that's how it gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And that's where they talk about, they use that big word neuroplasticity. Our kids' brains are so incredible. At the age of, I think it's 6-year-olds, have more of these dendrites or these branches ready to go than any other age. Their brain development is astronomical at this young age. So the key for the adults in their life, is to try to keep as many of these branches going as possible. So letting them do lots of different things, have adventures outside, dig in the dirt, play sports, go to the library, whatever it is you can do that keeps as many of these branches going and starting to make new connections as you can, then the better off they'll be. As they start to get older, the ones that they're not using, the branches that they're not doing as much of, so maybe they're not playing soccer anymore, they're not doing certain things, these will start to do something called trim off, which means that they're not really existent anymore. Now, if they started to all of a sudden play that sport again or do that activity again, then this would start to regrow, because even as an adult, we can learn new things, right? And that's what is really happening. Every time you do something new, you're creating a new synapse. You're creating this new potential, new avenue for the brain to go. So another thing that they'll talk about is, if someone has, a child's throwing temper tantrums a lot, their brain tends to go in this one direction. So you just want to sort of redirect it to go this way, so that this way is the way that they stay calm and they handle it rationally and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's how we sort of retrain our brain to do different things. So the whole goal, our goal as parents and teachers in their lives, is to help give their environment, make their environment a place that they can keep growing their brain and learning new skills and mastering those new skills. And so we want to do that. We want to come at that in a variety of different ways. So we're going to, over the next few videos, I'm going to show you different ways that you can try to help them to really grow their brain in the way that they want to grow their brain. So I hope it's helpful. I hope that I can give you like a little piece of something that you can say, oh, that is actually really helps me out. And that's all I have for today. All right. Thank you.